My name's Steve. I struggle with anxiety and depression in my life. I've done a lot of different things. I used to be an actor, and I found that was very competitive, and it was quite a lonely place to be. Living in London, I was, and you're waiting for the phone to ring for auditions, and you just felt out of control. And that's when things like anxiety and depression can kind of creep into your life. You just don't kind of know where you can go from there. It can be a very dark place to be. I don't do any of that now. I do have an office job, which is fine, but that has its own stresses as well. I think in everyday life and modern life, there's, we've all got a lot of responsibilities, and those things can get on top of you. You can feel weighed down by, what you've got to do on a day-to-day level in your job. Sometimes you don't always know who to turn to or how to kind of deal with it, and you can get really worked up inside. I feel being in control, I feel I want to be in control, and I think it's a normal thing to feel you want to be in control of your life, but in this day and age, you just don't feel like you're not, and that's when anxieties can get the better of you. And you get all these symptoms of, just your mind's racing, you can't concentrate. It just affects your personality. You just don't, you don't feel yourself. You can't. I'm quite a light-hearted person normally, but that can completely go when life is heavy. You just feel you can't be like that. You can't enjoy it. Things aren't always like that. But when it is, it feels like that's all you can focus on, and you can't see through it, kind of the mist of that. You kind of feel out of control, like at its worst, you can feel like a rabbit in headlights, just a feeling like you want to get away from a situation, or you just don't want to deal with something, and it can make you very tense. But it's just that feeling of being completely out of control, and not knowing where to go from there with it, not knowing how to deal with it. I can come across as very confident and outgoing, but when you're kind of dealing with some kind of stress or worry, I find that I withdraw, and I can become very quiet. People don't understand it. They kind of don't expect it from you. It just feels very out of character, and you're being like that, and you kind of can feel it coming on, and it becomes inevitable. When you're living with it, sometimes it can feel like there isn't a cause sometimes. Like the anxiety is the root of the problem itself, but there is always something kind of underlying behind it. I think it can be everyday things. You can like waiting for the binman to collect your rubbish, will they come and collect it? It can be something as simple as that. Everyone does deal with anxiety, I think, at different levels, but some people can deal with different things, and it's that unpredictability of life sometimes. If you feel you want to be in control of something, but you're just not, how do you kind of get that control back? It's difficult. It's good to have people that you trust to talk to, and I think having things to look forward to, however small, is very helpful, to have. If you know what your problems are, I guess having an action plan can help. Maybe picture your life how you'd want it to be without that anxiety, and then think of how you can kind of change small things, have small goals to work towards. But relaxation techniques, or going to a relaxation group or like a well-being group or something. Having friends to talk to is good, but I think having sometimes people who are impartial or kind of independent who you don't know might be good as well. Having an outside view of things is useful. I try and practice relaxation, breathing techniques if I can. It helps take my mind off. Having something to focus on other than the anxiety, because it can be overbearing. it can just get in the way of everything. But having things to look forward to, even like a hobby or something, just helps. Going out for a walk to clear my head. You don't want to leave the house sometimes, you just want to stay indoors, but actually going out and doing something can actually be, like, however small it kind of seems, can be like a good course of action. You don't think you feel worse at home, but you actually do. Strangely, you leave the house and all of a sudden things are a little bit better, even if it's just for that little while. You feel that you're getting out and doing something. But yeah, exercise was something that helped me a lot. It takes my mind off things, and obviously it gives you the chemicals in the body to kind of to make you feel good about yourself. But you know, gentle exercise is good. You can easily become distracted, so it's just a matter of concentrating on the breath. And then you might like concentrate on an image in your head and just go through like carrying on the deep breathing while you're picturing kind of a relaxing kind of scenario or some situation where you'd feel relaxed, and you just remembering to just breathe in fully and out fully. I'm doing it now, you know, I'm not breathing fully at the moment. You know, we do hold our breath, and that can make, and that tension then can make you nervous as well. So it's practice, you know, it's practicing kind of fully breathing, and that, you know, relaxation classes can kind of help that because you're doing it with other people and you're kind of learning together. I actually started doing acting classes. I was in Sheffield and I did some youth theatre in the Crucible, and didn't perform at that stage, but we were doing workshops, and I actually enjoyed that side of it. And it was a complete contradiction to what I was, because I just hated public speaking. So it was weird, you know, to go from that to the other. And I felt like dealing with it directly helped me a lot. Life is stressful, and it is, you know, it's an ongoing challenge to deal with things, but there are coping mechanisms we can learn to help that. And you know, I've got the breathing techniques, the relaxation techniques, and just talking to people and finding things you enjoy, things to look forward to in your life. I think even just little things can make a difference.